So reports are coming out now, and they pretty much saying that the murder rate inside of Atlanta that was like through the roof, because they said there was the Atlanta people there that was catching bodies, and then they said there was people from Chirac and other places coming to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, all moving there catching bodies. And of course, y'all already know that Atlanta is like one of the big spots for music right now, black entertainment. But anyways, new reports are coming out now, and they pretty much saying that the murder rate inside of Atlanta has went from being extremely high to dropping by 35% after the YSL YFN Lucci craze. You know what I'm talking about? We'll get more into the details right after the intro. Welcome back to Key Talk Media. This is your host, Key Talk. Now, Key Talk's decided, go ahead and like the video for me so we can get the story started. Anyways, now just imagine you lock up two rappers and all of a sudden the bodies stop dropping. Well, I mean, of course they still dropping. It went down by 35%, not 100%. But ever since they locked up the YSL crew and the YFN Lucci crew and pretty much put R.I.C.Os on them, the bodies have stopped dropping. Now, we're not going to say that these two are responsible for literally 35% of the murders or allegedly 35% of the murders, because I'm sure that other people that probably wasn't even involved with them, or maybe subsidiary groups of them who was potentially allegedly catching bodies, they probably saw what's going on with Thug and saying, man, listen, man, they got Thug. They ain't letting Thug out at all. You know what I'm talking about? They ain't letting him out, and they got Lucci locked up. So they probably thought to themselves, we got to slow down. You know what I'm talking about? We got to reconstruct this. So that's probably the process of what's going on right now. So that's not to say that these two are responsible for 35% of the murders, but them two being locked up, being such big artists and not getting any type of bond or any type of leniency, and a whole lot of the snitching rumors coming out and stuff like that. Of course, other crews ain't trying to get in a position where they have to potentially snitch on their peoples. You know what I'm talking about? Or the leaders probably ain't trying to get their crew in a position to where they got to depend on the leaders, or they got to depend on the crew not to snitch on the leaders as well, because you see what's happening to the leaders. Everybody else that they ain't looking at as like the head honchos was able to get some sort of bond. You know what I'm talking about? Some type of, 20 years probation or parole. You know what I'm talking about? Mess up one time and coming back, and they all took it, just about almost all of them. Yeah, Gotti ain't take it, but a lot of them did. So, but as of right now, this is what's going down the side of Atlanta. They gonna slow down. You know what I'm talking about? I know, what's her name? Fonnie Willis. You know what I'm talking about? Fonnie Willis got that in an order. You know what I'm talking about? But here's what we got to say, right? The Young Thug case is still going on. So Young Thug just got denied bond once again. Hopefully he'll get another time where he can actually do it. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But I do think that he's going to have to stay in there for the rest of the trial, which should be on the way. It is on the way. So, I mean, they got all those jurors they got to get. I think they said they still ain't picked a juror. And they got 200 to choose between. We'll just have to see if this ends up in a mistrial, like the Y.W. Melly case ended up in a mistrial. And also Y.W. Melly mama did say that out of the 12 jurors, 9 said not guilty and 3 said guilty, which somehow that caused the mistrial. I don't know, like if it's 9 saying not guilty and 3 saying guilty, I would have thought that would just be not guilty. But anyways, let me know something. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this entire ordeal. I'm out.